In a second, let me see if I can get rid of these smudge, this look on this phone, but I guess not. It looks distorted right now, but probably not. All right, let's get this going. Yo, what up, okay? Another shot, another shot too. Appreciate that. Appreciate that highly. We're finna get it started though, because it seems to be a debate. Seems to be a debate, and it shouldn't be. It seems to be a debate, and it really should not be. But we'll get into it exactly why that is. Because some people they're gonna feel, and this will elicit strong emotions and stuff like that. So please understand what I'm saying is what I'm saying. Nobody's paying me to say this. I'm not a part of any organization, anything like that. I'm not signing nobody. I don't have any ties to nobody. I ain't on nobody paperwork, no anything. All right. So let's understand that first before we get anything started. I don't want to say launch, but I definitely got a point to make. I'm gonna make it. This is our channel, so we're gonna do what we do here. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. If y'all wondering what's taking me so long, I had to share this on my other platform. So in order to do that, I gotta make sure to share this right here. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So we had this shooting that happened. Rest in peace to the dead. 7 dead, including the shooter. That's what makes 7. That's why you see 6 people. Now, I'm not one of those people. We're not going to be one of those channels who talk about, what a person is and everything like that. We're not going to do all that. Give me 1 second. So if you're expecting me to go off because of what somebody identifies as and all that stuff, that ain't here. If you expected me to go off on religion and all that stuff, that ain't here. If you expected me to go off on race and stuff, that ain't here. So for those who are wondering, we don't do the race, we don't do the politics, we don't do any of that stuff here. We get straight to it. We are heterosexual men. We invite the ladies, we invite everybody here, but you will not hear me speaking up on certain things because that's for a whole different channel and a whole different thing. So when you want those topics, go somewhere else. So I'm not going to talk about, oh man, they're saying it's a war on Christians and all this stuff. That's not going to be that conversation here. So if you come here with that, then we ain't having no conversation and you can slowly exit the door. Got it? Cool. All right, so let's get into it. You keep hearing Biden trying to fulfill his lifelong promise, right? What is his lifelong promise? Biden's lifelong promise is get rid of guns. He'll lie and say, hey, I'm pro Second Amendment and everything like that, but your actions say differently. There are certain things which he's done to get rid of guns in certain good ways, right? Like you can't own a gun or register to get one if you have domestic abuse on your record. Got no problem with that. Should be that way. So there you go. But one of the things is that there's this simple conversation to be had, and that's defense. See how that whole entire shooting could have been stopped. It's easy. It doesn't take rocket science. Find some money, put it in school budgets to get a good security system. Oh, yeah, yeah. A very good security system where you can watch the front, the back, the sides. Get somebody who is watching this stuff. We do it all the time in supermarkets. Y'all know they catch a lot of y'all stealing because they have their loss and prevention people. They have somebody who is actively watching the cameras just to see what you are doing. Why can't we have that in schools? If a supermarket can afford that, I'm fairly certain we could do that. Need to hire no less than three. One, two, three. Three security officers. I don't want the vets and anything like that. With no disrespect to the veterans and all that, but some of y'all will not admit that y'all got certain ailments and stuff like that, right? So if y'all can get hired on through a security company and stuff like that, cool. Or you can extend somebody's police force and make them have school police. School police, but it needs to be at least three. Why does it need to be three? It needs to be one person watching every single thing and two people roaming the halls. Because God forbid if one person gets taken out, you still have two. It's hard to get them. The next step is keep all doors locked. See, what happened, what actually saved lives, because it could have been way worse, was the measures that the school actually had. I've been hearing veterans say they would do it for free. I don't care. A lot of veterans need to go through a litany of tests and everything like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The physicality and what's gonna need to be done and all this stuff, nah. And no veteran should be doing it for free anyways. I don't want nobody up there for free. And get rid of them glass doors that you can shoot out. No, I'm gonna say no on that. I'm gonna say no on that. And the reason I'm gonna say no on that is because what happens if there's a fire? If you touch some hot ass metal while it is a fire, it's going to burn. You will become trapped. So what happens when there's something that happens that isn't a shooting or anything like that? Got to kind of be able to see that. You do need to be able to see certain things because what happens if it's a bunch of bamming on the door and somebody's yelling they're the police and they're actually not? So you do need to have some identifiers. Now, can we have bulletproof glass? Absolutely. We can have that. But the ability to take away seeing and stuff like that and all that, nah, because what happens if it's a flood or something like that? We have to see the danger that is outside. I know that's not what people want to hear, but those little slabs, those little, what is that? 18 by 9 slabs that we have that's in the doors and stuff, that's cool. So get a security system that watches everything. Hire 3 guards. Make sure all doors are locked. Make sure all your freaking what is it called? Your teachers all have walkie-talkies. Need to. Now, the way in which the walkie-talkie has to work, it has to work just like the police officers does. We got to make sure we got something up here. Have to. Because you don't want that stuff to distract and everything like that. Because if it's something where, hey, somebody's fighting and all that stuff, kids get riled up. Kids here fighting, oh, who's fighting? Where? All of that stuff and everything like that. Or sometimes that loud speaker that's going off from the walkie-talkie, if there's an active shooter there, will warn somebody that they're right there. Trust me, I thought about this stuff. I need to be in somebody's next PTA meeting. So, with that being said, the question is, should we ban assault rifles? Now, the reports say this person suffered mentally, was under a doctor's care, and hid the guns. Almost 60 8% of mass shootings are done with handguns. Remember the Virginia Tech one? That was due to handguns. So it ain't the AR-15s that's the problem. Because it's funny, and it's not funny because the AR-15 is what ultimately stopped the shooter. So when y'all get to it and we put the pedal to the metal in this stuff, why are they trying to get rid of the AR-15s? Because as long as we can start counting down and getting rid of guns, we'll start to get rid of more guns. Yeah, I remember Biden's administration. I mean, well, not Biden's administration, but Biden was an advocate of getting rid of machine guns. Just is what it is. Now, what's ultimately going to happen is somebody's going to have to lobby for universal reciprocity, meaning you have to have a gun license in order to travel different states to different states. Because at certain times, like California, it's ridiculous. California lost in the courts. Please don't get it mixed up or confused. California lost in the courts for people to have the right to conceal. And on top of that, you can't have one in the head. So they already have a list of guns that you can't have, including quote unquote assault rifles. That's going to qualify AR-15s, AR-10s, AK-47s, and so on and so forth. And also, you have a magazine count of 10, which means, hey, instead of me having a large capacity, which whatever, if I have more clips, it's actually easier. If you ever carried a drum on an AK-47, it's heavy. Now I got these going on, so it don't really bother me too much. But for everybody else, it's a little heavier. And then if we're wearing more clips right here, they act as a protective measure. You know, in California right now, they're trying to get rid of bulletproof vests. Bulletproof vests, they never kill nobody. Stops people from getting shot. They're trying to get rid of bulletproof vests. They already got rid of them in New York. So, should we get rid of them? No. No. Now, there's the people who say, home defense and everything like that and all that. Honestly, a shotgun is always best for home defense. It just is. A shotgun is the best defense for a home defense. If we go and be honest about it, the way it spreads and everything like that. If you miss with that AR-15, that's 7.62 by, I think it's 5? 7.62 by 9, or I can't remember exactly off of. No, 5.62. Yeah. AR-15s is 5.62. AK-47s is 7.62. Either way, you know what I'm saying. It's just a little harder to hit all that and everything like that as opposed to a shotgun. But should you not have it? Nah, you should have it. You shouldn't be able to own any goddamn gun. It's just the truth. It's called responsibility. The thing is people don't want to address the root of this stuff. And it's the mentality. It's somebody who's up here, ain't got it all up here, and people don't want to stigmatize. It's all right. Let the doctor sort it out. That person before they died said they wanted to hit multiple places. And one of the reasons why they couldn't hit the other places is because it was heavily guarded. Matter of fact, let's do it this way. Nashville Shooter Manifesto. Haley's parents did not know Haley possessed multiple firearms, mistakenly believing that Haley had owned just one gun and sold it. Haley left behind a detailed map of a school showing entry points as well as what Drake described as a manifesto, indicating that Haley may have planned to carry out the shootings on other locations. On Monday, Drake said Haley identified as a whatever person and said investigators believe the suspect harbored some resentment for having to go to the Covenant School as a child. The chief declined to elaborate and did not say what role, if any, Haley's gender identity, educational background, or other social or religious dynamics might have played. Investigators don't have a motive at this time. The shooting came weeks after Tennessee's. We ain't doing all that. So basically, what happened is this person mapped out the whole entire school and used to go there. Wanted to go to other places, but could not because It was heavily fortified. And it's funny because, and I don't want to make this a race thing, but I will. The same thing that happens in these hoods and everything like that. You ever realize the hoods don't get shot up? The hood schools, they never get shot up. You know why? Because the police are already there. They got metal detectors. They be having some dogs and all that. All of this stuff. And on top of that, you go through certain areas and stuff, and you don't look like somebody who belong there, clothing wise and all this stuff. You get scoped out pretty fast. But either way it go, we don't need to get rid of no damn AR-15s. We need to protect these schools way better. Whenever we start talking and we start talking about money, what we do? Send like 75 billion to Ukraine? We can't send like 5 billion to the schools? On a federal grant, all they need to do is apply. Can we do that part? Y'all know this is how a lot of states get money. They had to abide by some federal laws in order to get certain grants, and those grants pay for whatever it is that they ask for. So all we truly had to do is get it put in the budget. I don't think anybody would get mad at that. And then watch the school shootings go all the way down. That's just how it goes. But the worst part is, and it's going to suck because of timing, we're still more safer now than we have ever been. The 90s were worse than it is now. The numbers are with me, and I get into arguments with people about this crap all the freaking time. It's the fact that we have instant news. It's the fact that everything is now. We're in more of a microwave society than ever before. It's like if you have a new meal to be made and stuff like that, if it can't be processed through the microwave, sometimes it's going to be out. Just think about that mindset. We're in a microwave mindset, mentality, day. So, the worst part about this is we had to be hindsight. We had to look at what happened and then create plays and plans and stuff like that. I appreciate people saying, hey, I want to be in front of the school and all that stuff and everything. But any military personnel who will tell you that's a bad idea from a standpoint of you're standing there, you really can't stop nothing. Because if a car pulls up, bang, 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 and blow you all the way, you just gave this person more ammunition than another gun. I hope you know that. And a set of keys, God forbid, if you had them to get to the school. It's a very bad thing to do because I get everybody wants to go out Rambo style, but if we only have one person on the perimeter defending everything, we're pretty much screwed. So any military personnel that want to do it, you're going to have to go sign up for the security company in order to do it. But free and all that stuff, hell no. I don't trust people who want to do stuff for free. You want to do stuff for free, go clean up, that kind of stuff. I don't want them out there with a school now in session for like 254 days or 247 these days. I don't want you out there that long and then you broke. That don't make sense. So, with all due respect, no. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one because honestly, I hear Biden sit up here and say all the time, ban assault rifles. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. We don't have to worry about a national ban or nothing like that. It's never going to happen because what will happen immediately is once that happens, we get to take it to the Supreme Court and we will win. The Supreme Court will not hold up anything like that. And then for all those, unfortunately, who said, I'm a victim of uh, gun violence and all that, though you may be a victim, you're not an expert. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but just because you've been in a car crash doesn't make you a vehicle expert. It just doesn't. Doesn't make you a manufacturer expert. Just doesn't. Now, should you have some input and all that? Absolutely. Your testimony and stuff like that would be great to use because now we can figure out where you were so we can create a plan. You do know doctors don't even create the vaccines. Scientists do. They just administer it. So the whole entire I'm victims and all this stuff and everything like that, bro. All right, cool. Sorry for your pain, but as far as you being an expert on this stuff, you're not. I can look at a plane crash and go, dang, something wrong happened here. That don't make me an expert in aerodynamics. Now, there's going to be some people who watch this and get pissed off and completely disagree with me and everything. I don't care. I don't care. But I tell you what, you can't be my solution because when we talk about assault rifle bans and all this stuff, go look at California. Look at all the shootings and stuff like that that have happened. Look at the capacity for the magazine rounds and all that stuff and all that. Did that help shootings go down? Did crime still persist? Does crime still persist? Are there still shootings that still happen there? Yes. So where's our preventative measures? Where's the places that we need to have in order for people to get jobs and stay busy? Good paying jobs, not this BS weak ass stuff that they be having going on. See, for every reason that all these cats do stuff, there's always a solution. And the solution is get there earlier. Typically, and it's 8 out of 10 mass shooters have had a broken home or don't have a father. Typically. So, with being respectful to everybody who was passing all this stuff, rest in peace to the dead, we got to take this as a lesson to learn. To learn. Because the numbers that they try to say, the scare tactics that they try to use, all it does is remain stagnant. For those who say, oh man, thoughts and prayers cool, thoughts and prayers cool. But prayer without work is dead. So when you hear people who come off the podium talking about ice cream and all this crap and everything, huh? And I'm not anti Joe or pro Joe or anything like that. I'm not. And I'm not making this no doggone political channel, but he's the one trying to push for a ban. And we're not going for that. So once again, if it comes to race, it comes to gender and religion and all that stuff, this ain't the channel. I ain't doing none of that. But I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna try to work on a couple of videos. But if you can, man, leave a like, leave a like, leave a like. And if you can, make it even better. Share this with 5 people. If you're one of those 5 people that somebody gave this to, somebody give a damn about you. And that's pretty awesome.